Hello everybody, my name is Pravus, and welcome back to more Surviving Mars, Below and Beyond in New Ulm. Once again, thank you to Paradox Interactive for sponsoring today's video. Of course, you guys can learn more in the description down below. We have built our dome, and we have our first round of passengers on the way. It's going to be a little while before they do arrive, and of course they are bringing a very small amount of food with them, so I'm a little concerned about that, but it'll probably be okay. How many people can we host in each of these? Yeah, let's go ahead and turn off this living complex. Why even bother with any of the maintenance on this? Everyone will fit into one nice party house. And I think we'll go ahead and place a farm somewhere over here as soon as we have that research, which won't take long. Though, of course, we can't work it until humans are here and doing their thing. So we might be low on food for a bit. I might want to go ahead and preemptively order some extra food. Bring some of that along. Wouldn't be a horrible idea. Water reclamation dome would be helpful to keep my water going, but besides that, meh. I do know that I need to get Martian education. Now, that's going to be hard to really make functional until I have a steady supply of electronics, but getting some specializations on my people would be pretty nice. We would like to have significantly more impactful workers, right? I think so. How many jobs realistically are we going to have with these guys? Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to have 3 extra jobs, all 3 of which are going to go into the farm. So we're still not going to be taking advantage of any rare metals and stuff until our rockets are ready to bring back a second round of passengers. Okay, it would have been nice, obviously, to start accessing the rare metals so we can send that back to Earth and get some additional funding secured, but oh well. Oh well. Soil adaptation is Dunsky. Let's go ahead and get those farms built up. Let's go ahead and place you where? We'll place you up over here. I'm just debating where else I might place a dome. It's going to be pretty difficult for me to snake a passage over to another dome over here, which is what I would have liked to have done in order to take advantage of all the research sites. We definitely have to have a medium dome over here. It's just going to be a while. Anomaly analyzed. All right, we found a curiosity, a vein rich with ore. I would rather reduce the cost of social tech by 10% instead of getting money. I mean, anytime you can reduce the cost of tech, it's so good. I mean, not only in the early game, just to make things go faster, but even in the late game, when some of the techs will take, like, 50,000 research. Reducing that by 10%, that saves you a lot, man. It's not bad. It's not bad. You should do it. As far as the farms are concerned, we want to be growing soybeans to start to try and build up our soil quality. Only 3 jobs will be allowed to start out. The faster we can get that soil quality up, the better, so we can have better harvests. Soybeans, unfortunately, do take 4 souls before we can harvest them. What's the fastest crop? Wheat is the fastest crop. So if we're desperate for food, this is the way to go. But I'd rather just import some food, honestly, and get that stuff going. Make it better. Hey, look! More anomalies. Let's see. Where are you going right now? You're over here. All right, go do this, then do this. Then take the long and dangerous route. The Meteor Storm is here, by the way, but it appears to all be down in this area, which is not particularly concerning to me. I mean, we're fine. Let's continue exploring as much as we can in these areas. Anything relatively close by would still be quite nice. Do understand, by the way, that I will be making use of jump cuts probably after this video going forward, or at least as soon as we can get the 10 or 15 times mod up and running. Because I do want to be able to cram lots of content into each individual video to make it feel like it's really worth tuning in. You know, I obviously very much appreciate you guys watching these videos. I appreciate the support that you guys have been giving up to this point. So, you know, I want to make sure that I am fulfilling my end of the bargain and properly entertaining you. Are you not entertained? And if not, why not? That's kind of the idea, right? So, yeah. We're still gathering up a few more metals. This area actually appears to be done. Another anomaly done. Cheaper physics tech again. Still good. Still no sign of breakthroughs, though. Really weird. Really weird, but all right. Every couple hundred science we can shave off is still good. Not really complaining. Only mildly. All right, so drop off all these metals. Where else we want to send our transport? Generally in areas far away. We'll go ahead and gather up anything you can over, let's say, here. There's plenty, and bring that back. Okay, all looking solid. Now, the question is, when am I going to go to asteroids? We could do it now, honestly. We could just go ahead and research this tech and do the micro-G landers. But, and I think once you research this, you get your first asteroid discovered for free. In order to find more, we have to get the recon center, though, and that takes a lot of electronics. So until we feel like we have a good economic base of electronics, it's probably not a very high priority, but we could. We need to set up a quick landing pad, I just realized. How about one over here? That's in range, right? Yes. Let's go ahead and set up a landing pad over here. Close-ish to the dome and a good spot for people to drop things off. Not in the way of where I plan on placing additional domes or infrastructure later. But this is going to reduce the amount of dust that gets kicked up whenever we do land our rockets. We actually could place this really close, and it would be fine, but I'm not going to do that. Get another 1,500 science. There goes low-G turbines. Okay, and also... Okay, fierce dust storms. Somehow we did something. The RC Explorer investigated and released a pocket of high-pressure gas. All right, get out of there! Run! Where's the gas? Maybe we have a little bit of time to escape. Well, the good news is it's out of my way, so I feel fine. Feel completely fine. Meteor's going to last a little bit longer. Sometimes meteors do bring you some free metals or sometimes extra anomalies, which are always nice, but probably not going to find that right about now. Running a little bit lower on the polymers over time. Definitely going to be using up a lot of these machine parts and stuff. Machine parts, it seems like we're going through about 0.6 per soul on average. 0.1 for electronics, that's good. Producing 20 fuel per soul, not bad. 0.3 polymers. So machine parts are my biggest threat right about now. Producing a pretty hefty amount of concrete and stuff. And there's a fair bit of metal maintenance, but a lot of that goes to things like the solar panels, which if I can get the dust repulsion figured out, well, that's going to solve a lot of those problems. In fact, if anything, I actually should be prioritizing this over the battery optimization. I don't need more drone capacity right now. They don't have to travel very far. They can recharge quickly enough. But getting some extra, getting some extra metals preserved, to preserve my stockpile of metals, that's always a good idea. Always, always a good idea. A few more metals we're missing over there. Another anomaly discovered not far away. Again, no sign of a breakthrough tech. What is going on with that? Where is a breakthrough tech? Do we have... hello. There's one. Yeah, we should go ahead and do this if we can. It'll take 9 of my drones. Ugh. But once our rocket arrives, I think we go for that. We need to figure out what some early game breakthroughs are. I've usually found at least one by now. I may not have researched it, but I've usually found one. I feel a little bit peeved that I haven't up to this point. But okay. So, power-wise, looks like we are able to get through the night. Let's see. If these things get back up to full before the end of the day, then we will know that we are producing enough power to kind of meet our equilibrium. Though once we turn on our first dome, that's probably going to change. I will probably start renaming some of these domes for patrons going forward in a little bit. In fact, let me do that right now. Give me 1 second. Kushranada is going to be the name of our first dome. Thank you for your support, of course. That was something we did in the last series. I think it was a really good idea. Some people liked having specialized domes named after them. It was fun. Anomaly analyzed. Oh, okay. Well, we found some ice. Okay, cool. On Mars. That gets me an extra $500 million. Score. I'll take that. I'm tempted to spend it on more science. I'm gonna spend it on more science. Let's just do it. I need science. The faster we get through this stuff, always the better. Right? I am questioning, by the way, whether our rocket is going to arrive by Sol 15. It may not, and if that's the case, no biggie. We don't have a project milestone or anything. It's okay not to do that. But it means I need to be paying attention to that in the future when I do come back to a maximum difficulty run, because it means my timing was off as far as actually starting to import people with the extra travel time for the rockets. We will either barely get there or we won't get there at all. It's one of the two. I do think I'm going to go ahead and do another supply pod. We need some extra food. I know that ahead of time. I'm going to get some additional machine parts and electronics before the cost goes up any further. And I'm going to buy a couple extra drones. No, I'm not. I don't need a couple extra drones. What do I need? Polymers? Yeah, let's get a few extra polymers to be safe. All right, this will cost me a fair bit of cash. Food is basically just to give me a little bit more time. Oh, no, not a cold wave. Bad timing, very bad timing, because now we have humans on the way. All right, so subsurface heating, new top priority. Get this quickly. This will only take me about a soul or so to research. We need to place that to protect the dome. It'll cost me a fair bit of power and water to operate. That's okay, because otherwise my water towers all freeze and I lose all my water and all my humans are going to die. And also, we will spend so much power heating things that the the subsurface heater will pay for itself. We discovered another metal deposit. Not especially exciting, but all right. The good news is I have 2 souls warning. So I'm glad that I've got that warning, but yikes. I'm not a fan of the cold waves, I'll be honest. Cold waves are scary. Cold waves have nearly ruined games for me. But we're all right. I mean, this is one of the reasons you make sure you have at least 3 or 4 sensor towers, so you have at least a couple of souls of notice to make sure that you don't get completely ruined. We'll be fine. Probably. Transports. What else do we want to find? There's probably more resources somewhere. How about all this? I see a whole bunch of stuff. Bring them back. What else do I see? A bunch of polymers? Right, there were a whole bunch of polymers over here, too. We should get those, too. There's another anomaly there. Did I miss that earlier? Looks like I did. Okay. Now we are discovering, I think, the shaft. So we're probably going to get our first pop-up about being able to go in the underground and explore. I could do that. I'm not gonna. If I had a second RC Explorer, I would be more considering of that. So that I could just toss it down underground, and I'll have one on the surface and one getting as much science underground as possible. But I don't have a second one, so I don't feel like taking that risk. Thank you very much. Anomaly analyzed. Oh, this is not what I thought it was. Oh, just cheaper physics tech. Well, hello. If I walk close to it? No. I think I need to scan the sector in order to see the anomaly pop up. Well, that's interesting. Let's go scan this anomaly, then we'll go scan this anomaly. Before the cold wave completely destroys this planet. All right, now we have a bit more machine parts to work with, fair bit of extra electronics, some more polymers. All right, still looking at a pretty good surplus on things like water and oxygen. In fact, I think that both my water towers are full, both my oxygen tanks are full. That's good. Research cooperation. A deep space telescope is being launched. I would love to have an extra RC transport. I mean, this would be good. Don't get me wrong, 15 extra machine parts is not crucial, but it could be helpful. 10 orbital probes isn't bad either, but meh, I think I'm going to go for the RC transport. We'll just go ahead and get a freebie like this and have them also grab some extra materials for me. Perfect. All right. It's looking good. I mean, I feel pretty confident about how things are going right now. There's the subsurface heating figured out. All right. So we want... It's under life support, right? No. Infrastructure? There it is. Subsurface heater. What does this take to build again? Lots of machine parts. Of course it does. Okay. Well, we want to place it down somewhere like over here, probably. Yeah, out over here will be in a good spot. Let's go ahead and do that now. It will take me a little time to build this. That's fine. Let's go ahead and salvage both of these. My thought is, so normally what you do is you build those ahead of time, and it's okay to just go ahead and turn them off. They'll go into disrepair. As long as you can repair them fast enough before the cold wave hits, you'll be okay. Let's get this turned on. It needs power, and it needs some life support stuff. So let us send some power that away, plus let us send our pipes. Okay, we'll go ahead and build those. Hey, the rocket arrived in time! All right, I did make it by Sol 15. I still got it. I'm still a professional surviving Mars player, right? Yeah. All right, subsurface. If we turn this thing on, it just starts consuming a heck of a lot more power. We don't need it to cover everything. I need it to cover about this much in order to keep the concrete extractor working. I would turn to only work during like one set of hours. We are gonna need more power because I'm about to turn on the dome. We can turn you off at night because we got plenty of Moxie or oxygen coming in. The first humans have arrived on Mars. I have so far been the first of any of the other colonies on Mars to accomplish these, which is getting me a little bit of extra science, so this is nice. All right, everyone get in here. Look at all of our founders. You are all fools. None of you trained for this job. No specialties at all. Ridiculous. Hop, 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 top to it. 12 colonists. Looking good. A new beginning. We have founders. Until our founders have survived for 10 souls, we won't be able to bring in more humans. That's fine. So my new goal is going to be going for a breakthrough tech. First things first, we should be setting up some additional fuel storage nearby here. And we should also... Actually... Scratch that one. We should be getting fuels depot over here, and then we'll go ahead and have rare metals depot over here to load up immediately. Dehydration. Why? Oh, right, because this thing's turned off. Turn it on! Okay, oxygen's on now. Sorry, a little bit of an oversight. Off to a great start, aren't we? Yes. Yes, we are. Anyway, so the cold wave is going to make a lot of my stuff consume extra power. And some things, like the concrete extractor, if it doesn't work at all during the day, it's just going to straight out thaw over. Like, you have to keep it moving in order to stay, I guess, heated up or something. Life support's down. Why? We don't have life support. Okay, so what this means is during the nighttime, we need to be turning some of these things off because other things are getting prioritized that currently should not. We want to make sure that power is sent over here. Let's see, it's nighttime. What else is draining all my power? The subsurface heater takes 30 right now. Well, I can turn you off for the moment, and that solves my immediate issue, but that's good to know. We aren't going to be able to have enough power to keep this sucker running as is. I think part of the problem is we need another battery. And I'm actually going to toss on my Stirling generator. Let's say right over here. So I have an extra source of power that kind of runs during the night. So part of the problem is the batteries can only distribute so much output at a time. And this is consuming about 20 power, and this is consuming 30, which means we're only outputting 40, and all of a sudden we simply, it's not even just that we don't have the power, it's that we literally can't distribute it fast enough for it to work. So that's why we need to have another battery. Glad we found that out before the cold wave hit. That would have been very, 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 very bad. Storages depot, we had talked about putting some rare metals right over here, close to the rocket, so that people will load it up nice and quick. And ideally, we always have a stash of about 60 fuel sitting here, so we can very rapidly reload 1 or 2 rockets. They're currently unloading all of the food. That's great. Let's take a look at this. So, yep, now we do have our people working on the farm. We've lost a lot of our potential food. I wasn't expecting that, but the goal is to get that soil quality going nice and high. We have people working in the grocer. We have people working in the infirmary. We have people working in the diner. There we go. Everyone has jobs. Also, it looks like by researching 5 physics techs, we now have the triboelectric scrubber done. Well, that's good. Anomalies. Oh gosh, more of these, huh? Okay. Well, we got some extra science for it. Where are you, Mr. RC Explorer? Okay, you already got that. You're heading up over here. That's fine. That's just fine. So, triboelectric scrubber, huh? That's under infrastructure, I think. Yeah, maintenance of electronics. It's nice because if I place it, like, let's say right here, a lot of my stuff almost doesn't require any maintenance. It's pretty huge to be able to have one of these, honestly. It's really not bad. This would be enough to protect... Actually, wait, hang on. If I place it, like, over here, we could basically protect my wind turbines and my vaporators and so on. It's not bad. At the cost of some electronics, it's worth it. At the cost of some electronics, very little, honestly. It basically is going to let me keep these things running and have almost no maintenance. Almost no maintenance. Because the dust just goes away. It gets sucked up to the scrubber. So that saves me machine parts. And also, I'm pretty sure I can keep these wind turbines running, which means, guess what? Save a lot of machine parts. Now, these solar panels should start gradually cleaning themselves up whenever they are closed, which is good. We really need to get a lot more power in preparation for this, big cold wave hitting. I could go ahead and turn these suckers on, the wind turbines, and I think I'm going to have to. Let's make sure we get the polymer blades. If we're going to have them on, we might as well get as much power out of them as possible. And this will offset some of the need for the power accumulators in order to keep the distribution working as well. Batteries have been optimized for my rovers. Okay. Could get some more RC commanders. No, thank you. What else we got? Sectors scanned again for deep deposits. Not needed right now. Refineries, no. Atomic accumulator, very good. Don't need it right now. No. Amplify costs power, but could get me some extra water. No. Smart homes, absolutely not. Decommission protocol is something I often overlook and wish that I had. Polymer factory wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and get. And then new crops, utility crops could be pretty good. Not that we need these right now, but they can be all right. Okay, let's just go ahead and start working on that then. 20 hours until hell. We'll be fine. So, triboelectric, how you doing? Whoosh. Look at that. It's doing its thing and it's sucking up all the dust. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure the way this works is that it's going to prevent most of my maintenance, right? It's already gone. I can't even see it here anymore. Darn it. I wanted to read the description to make sure. So we can spend, I think, power. I actually could have placed this elsewhere, couldn't I? Darn it. Yeah, I could just spend some extra power doing this. Huh. But it prevents a lot of this other stuff from needing maintenance, too. Huh. Huh. Yeah, I could have placed this elsewhere. I could have placed this over here and just increased the radius. I forgot that it had a power thing. I rarely use triple electric scrubbers because they're usually a very late game investment for me. But they're not bad. Not bad. So how are we doing on the preservation of food and all that? Not great. We do not have, like, much food left. Now, I say that. We have 2 in storage. We have a fair bit in the grocer and the diner. So people are going to be able to eat for a little bit. We're all right. Let's go ahead and set up a food depot nearby. This is where I usually just take the extra goods from the farm and let the drones just quickly drop this stuff off, which is great. We still don't have enough fuel over here to go for my breakthrough tech. I really want to go do that. So if you can drop off a bit of extra fuel here, please, that would be great. Thank you. Inspect residence. Births are allowed. So here's a new thing in this expansion. We can click this button and it forbids births entirely, or we can control click, and whenever we don't have enough housing space, we're not allowed to have extra children. Everyone has to go and use protection of some sort, right? So that's a thing. Let's go ahead and get that breakthrough. It's going to take 9 drones. That's painful, but worth. We have got to figure out what our breakthroughs are going to be. Whoosh. All right, go do your thing. I'm out of drones for a while, so I hope you're all right with this. Transports. You're out of stuff to do. Well, I can fix that. Hang on. There's got to be more somewhere. There's a bunch of metals over here you guys haven't grabbed. Grab all this. And bring it back. And then you. Grab all this. Bring it back. Boom. See? Look how easy that was. It doesn't take much effort. You guys are just lazy. This is why we need to have the automated AI stuff. That's a pretty nice tech to have. I'm worried about our machine parts. A little bit. I am pretty sure we have not repaired these recently, and it sure looks to me like its needs have gone down by a lot. Yep, look at that. Oh, I love the scrubber. It's so good. What's the maintenance cost on this thing? Just metals? Most of this is fine. I'm going to save the power. Reduce this down to what I think is the bare minimum in order to protect our moisture evaporators as well as my wind turbines. Because, like, we're not really going to spend much in the way of maintenance on a water tower. That doesn't matter. 3 hours left on subsurface. Let's turn this on and see if we've got enough to make this work. So with these 3 operating, that's still producing a good amount of power. And with these 3 operating, it looks like we can keep the life support on, which is kind of what really mattered. So that's fine. Anomalies. Drone hubs. Moisture evaporators. Ooh, I do love having extra moisture evaporators. Because I love having lots of extra water. I'm getting those. I know that we need more drone hubs and that those take a lot of electronics, but I can buy prefabs of those easily enough if I need 1 or 2 here and there, and I don't need any for a while. We've already got 1 extra prefab I haven't been using, so I feel like the moisture evaporators are more likely to be immediately useful. Interplanetary learning is going to be my breakthrough. What is that? Schools can train the workaholic and hippie traits. Oh, good. This isn't going to be useful for a while, is it? Okay. I mean, learning workaholic's pretty good. It's really nice, actually, because it lets me run people more overtime. Which, by the way, we'll go ahead and just turn this on. I almost always have people left on very high workloads because that's just objectively the most efficient way to play the game. Dome heating. Yeah, dueling. Oh, come on. I don't even have enough machine parts. I have no choice on this. We have to do this. This is an event where basically you can spend 15 machine parts and the dome will never consume extra power during a cold wave, and it's really good. But I don't have them, so we're not going to do that. Okay. Cold wave is here, and yeah, sure enough, we are draining plenty of power. But you know what? Better to be spending this than not. Can I reduce this by like 1? I think we still can and still hit the stuff we need to with things like the drone hubs. I'm pretty sure, and that saves me a fair bit of power. Martian education is done. Colonists without specialization suffer less work penalty. Very good for me, because no one has specializations to begin with. In fact, this should be a top priority. And yeah, once we start getting children, I guess we'll go ahead and get schools. Hippie's good. Workaholic's good. but it could have been better. I was hoping for something game-breaking, and we did not get that. All right, though. Thank you all very much for watching, and thank you, Paradox, for sponsoring this video. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and check out the link in the description, and I will see you guys next time.